17 minutes and Canadian time. Hey guys, one day tonight here. I was about to time losing gone. And this is gonna be a really quick and kinda quiet video. Just wanted to make this while the thoughts were still fresh. I'll be doing a more in-depth video on this topic later. But the topic of this video is gonna be more or less my thoughts on the current issue that's been coming up a lot in, well, just general social media mainly, which has been the whole transgender bathroom law issue. And these are going to be my thoughts on it. The issue's been coming up a lot recently, and I decided to do this simply because I've seen a lot of videos on this lately. Just general things I've been watching. For example, I watched the Joseph Buckley's recent video on it. I forget what it was called, social media or something. And I just finished watching John Oliver's Last Week Tonight, where he talked about it. It's like season 2 something, so it's real old. But either way, it's still something that's an issue, and I decided to give my thoughts on this. Speaking. But this is gonna be real short. I'm not gonna go too in depth because I'm supposed to be asleep right now. It's like 5 or 6 a.m. and I have a movie to go see in about 4 or 5 hours. So, well, actually, I have to wake up in 3 or 4 hours. So that's not correct math. I need to wake up in 4 or 5 hours. The movie's in 5 or 6 hours. Yes. Anyways, this is gonna be short, and then I'll have another video coming up which will be more in depth with editing for once. And yeah, and I'll just cover it more. But as a precursor to the video, I stay 2 minutes into it, and I'll actually just probably keep it facing over here for the simple fact that I need to see the timer and know if my phone stops filming, so I can do a quick jump cut. But anyways, quick precursor to the video. If your opinion differs from mine, and you just dislike and leave, really, if you feel that compelled to hate on the video. Granted, only like 5 people are gonna see this, so yeah, but yeah. And if you do feel somehow compelled to leave a comment, because I do know I get one of those every like couple months, feel free to, but please try to make it actually reasonable, because I will challenge it. And I'm not gonna completely like disregard your opinion. If you put your opinion down there, I'll challenge it, and if you challenge it back, I'll like try to understand your opinion. I'm not gonna just completely ignore what you're saying and bash on it. I like to think things more logically, but just know if you do leave your opinion down there, I will either challenge it directly in the comment reply, or when I actually make my full video, I'll challenge a couple comments I see around the internet. And if you leave one on the video, that just saves me the work. So, actually, yeah, if you have a different opinion, please leave that comment. I'll have to, spend less time researching, or at least scouring for hate comments. Anyways, it's about 3 minutes of precursor. So how this video is gonna work, I'm figuring out right now as I speak, is gonna be, I'm gonna give my opinion, which should be very clear based on how I've been talking. More or less why I think my opinion and why I disagree with the opposing side, and that's about it. I'm just gonna basically ramble on for a couple minutes. So really, the next like 2 minutes should give you the full thing you need to know about the video, like all of my opinion, and I'm just gonna ramble for a bit longer. I did say in my update video, this is actually gonna go up after this, ironically enough, because I need to edit that one a lot more than this one. That video, I actually did say I'm gonna do a lot more videos like this, but different topics. I'm 4 minutes in and I haven't even stated my opinion yet, which should be obvious though if you've been paying any attention. Breathe. So yeah, in case you can't tell somehow, my opinion is that yes, transgenders should be able to use the bathroom that they identify with, I believe is the correct terminology. If it's not, I'm sorry. But I believe that's what it is. That's the correct terminology. Basically, if somebody's transgender and they identify as a woman, they can go in the women's restroom. If they identify as men, they can go in the men's restroom. And why do I think this opinion? I would like to quote this post, but I can't because it has cussing, and I'm basically like trying to compete with myself to see how long I can go without cussing. It's like a personal bet. But if I can find it'll be in my official video. I'll have the post up somewhere. But it basically states, why is it so difficult for people to understand equality? We're all people. We should be equal. That's equality. And discrimination is both the opposite of equality. And I know I'm not making much sense. I'm super tired. Please forgive that. I'm going to have a video making more sense later. But basically, in my opinion, if you identify as a man or a woman, you should be able to go into the appropriate bathroom. That makes sense. I'm trying to formulate words. I'm so tired. Oh my god. It's thinking 6 a.m. and I had school yesterday. I woke up yesterday at 6. I've been up for 24 hours. I just realized. No wonder I'm so tired. Anyways, focusing. Okay. So, that was generally my opinion. And why do I think that? Because it's, self-explanatory. Why not? I hear a lot of these comments as to why not. Because, of course, if people are going to try to come up with reasons for their opinion. And granted, I'm sure there's maybe one or two valid ones in there. I haven't really researched into this that much. I just know my opinion based on general experience I've had with in life and with the people I know. So that's where my opinion stemmed off of. I'll obviously do more research for my actual video. I don't believe my opinion will change though, because I am a very big advocate of equality, obviously. Now, my opinions may change as to how it should be implemented, because at the moment I think it should be implemented where, you go into whichever restroom you identify with. Obviously, there are other people who support this, but it would differently implemented. For example, people who think there should be restrooms specific for like male, female, and then transgender male, transgender female. Personally, I don't like that idea. I think it's not worse. Well, actually, I think it's kind of worse, but kind of obviously not worse than the whole just banning, like, forcing them to go to the birth gender restroom. But, of course, that's somebody else's opinion, and I haven't done too much research into why they think that, so I can't really comment on it. That's why this video is mainly more my opinion. Well, yes, I am going to comment on other opinions. Everything I say in this video, some of the things I think may be changed by the time the full video comes out. And yes, that means the full video, the full video might be about as long as this one, because I'm tired and I'm rambling a lot. But it'll be a lot more coherent, well edited. It'll be a lot, better. But anyways, so as for why I think my opinion, or more accurately why I don't agree with the opposing side of make them go in the restrooms they are from, like, their birth restroom. The gender they were born with, make them go in that restroom. For example, if they transgender into a woman but they were originally male restroom, vice versa. The main reason, one of the reasons that I don't agree with that is mainly because I don't agree with the reasons they come up with. Like people on the opposing side. Granted, I'm sure, once again, there may be a couple good reasons in there. There's always good reasons on all sides. Normally, though, it is a matter of how many good reasons. But I'm sure they have at least one or two good reasons for that side of the argument. But of course, as I haven't done too much research into it, all I hear is the heavily shouted reasons, or, the reasons brought up by those who are loudest in that community, as is with the internet. For example, the topic of Adolph Buckley's video, more or less, which is one of the main reasons they tend to bring up, which is, the whole sex. Oh, great, didn't start off there. Anyways, continuing the last segment of this video. And this time I have 27 minutes after just deleting a couple pictures. Phone, sticking logic here. So as I was saying, one of the primary arguments that, like, the last part of the community says is the whole sexual harassment / sexual assault idea, which normally focuses on saying that allowing these bills to be passed would allow males to just freely go into women's restrooms. Now, at first, without actually thinking about it too much, this may sound like a good reason. But as if you think about it enough, you can kind of see this reason doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, when you bring up this kind of idea and reasoning, it just doesn't really fall, or it doesn't hold true. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I moved to a different room in the house because my sister was asleep in there. We shared the room on the bunk bed, and I didn't want to wake her up. Now I can talk a bit louder too. New room, yay. This thing has a bigger bed. I don't know why we're not sleeping down here tonight. It's a good bed. Oh yeah, because I was using the laptop, that's why. Anyways, point, speak, think. Oh, what was I talking about? I was bringing up the reasoning why it's dumb. That's where it was, yes. Okay, so yeah. One reason why that reasoning is kind of dumb is because one of the examples that I've heard brought up a lot, and I think it was in the Dose of Buckley's video too, because that's what I was thinking I might have heard from, but... Oh, great, the vent's gonna freeze me to death. Well, the argument is that passing this bill would allow men to go into women's restrooms, whenever they want. Now, these bills say nothing about that, so that's still illegal by this law. Of course, I don't exactly know about the process of being transgender, so I don't know if it's just, I don't really know how it works, more or less. I don't know exactly how this would work, that's what I'm trying to say. So I can't, that's why I said I'm gonna do a video later with more research. This is just more or less stating my opinion ahead of time, because I want to say all these feelings are still fresh, because I, just watched these videos while I still have the thoughts fresh in my mind, as sleepy as I may be. But the second reason, another reason this is kind of dumb is, as was also I think said in the Dose of Buckley's video, but as I've heard said a lot, is restrooms aren't constantly monitored. Dose of Buckley brought up the example of how most restrooms are down, through a door down the hallway. One time to get to a restroom, I had to go up a staircase, open the door, go down the hallway, and then there were 2 hallways leading to each individual restroom. And in what world is this even gonna? This isn't even. I don't think this would even be an issue, because unless somebody, report somebody being in these restrooms, you probably wouldn't even. Most people wouldn't even You can't even. How do I explain it? Unless somebody went to go report, oh, this person's not supposed to be in this restroom, it's not something that would really come to mind. I don't know how I'm trying to say this. Basically, unless somebody saw them in the restroom to go report it, nobody would care. Because, I'm not saying nobody would care, but nobody would notice. What I'm saying is, you can go in whichever restroom you want already, as long as nobody sees you. And that's basically... Oh my god, this AC. I'm shivering here. Give me a second. Getting a blanket here. But right now, even, for example, I could probably go to that one restaurant I was talking about with most restaurants, go into the women's restroom and nobody would notice me. I could probably go in there, go restroom, get out, and unless somebody else walked in while I was not in the stall, nobody would notice. It's not really it's a heavily monitored issue right now. So this argument of it would allow men to go into women's restrooms, they are still able to go into with the same amount of ease as if this law was passed. Okay? And then the third reason, which is the reason I always love, because it so easily disclaims this. They're claiming that passing these bills, allowing transgenders to go into the restrooms they identify with, would increase rates of sexual harassment and sexual assault to women. That's one of their primary uses. It's an example of pathos, I believe. Pathos. I think it's pathos. Maybe pathos. It's probably pathos. Or emotional appeals. But you see, the thing is, you counter this with the logical appeal or logos of, if they're breaking the law, because sexual harassment / sexual assault is still against the law, even if these bills get passed, So if they're breaking the law already, I doubt they're gonna worry about another law stopping them, you know? It's the same argument I tend to make for people who want to outright ban guns. It's like, if they're planning to use that gun to break the law, they're gonna find a way to get the gun anyways. Now, personally, I do think there should be some more restrictions on gun laws. I don't think there should be outright ban, but once again, that's a completely different topic. And I'm not saying it wouldn't partially deter criminals, but I'm just saying it's not going to completely deter them. Once again, though, that's a different topic. The point I'm trying to make here is, if someone's planning to break the law, a law is not going to stop them from breaking the law. If the law was going to stop them, they wouldn't be breaking the law. That makes no sense. If I was going to go steal from, like, let's say I was going to go to Walmart and steal a chocolate bar. Very easy, you know, you just grab it, eat it, throw away the wrapper. Now, if all of a sudden they passed a law saying, you can't grab a chocolate bar until you, or like as soon as you grab a chocolate bar, you have to scan it. That's not gonna stop me from grabbing it, eating it, and tossing the wrapper. Like, I'm already breaking the law. What's the point of, like, okay, so you added a new law? Well, I'm breaking the law, so I might as well break two, you know? Like, it's not like it's gonna do much. Especially when you're getting into high school laws. Like, for example, if I'm gonna commit a murder, which is illegal, yes. If I'm gonna commit a murder, and they make it illegal to, well, I'm trying to think of something that's not illegal. Let's say, okay, how about this? If I'm gonna commit a murder, and then the person I want to murder, say it's a specific murder, like I want to kill them specifically, all of a sudden goes in their house, locks the door, turns on their alarm. Just because there's this new law here, I'm not saying this law is new, but just because now it goes from murder to murder and breaking and entering. This breaking and entering, like, the murder is already giving me a lot of, like, it's life in prison. This whole breaking and entering law isn't really gonna stop me from going into their house and killing them. So, it's not a good deterrent, nor would allowing this breaking and entering law to be legal cause me to all of a sudden be like, oh, I guess I might as well murder them now because this law's gone. That was somehow, for some dumb reason, stopping me. Like, it makes no sense. Now, yes, there are some laws that can deter criminals, but those aren't really laws that prohibit things. Those are more laws that create additional security. For example, a law prohibiting guns in school won't stop people from taking guns to school if they plan on committing a shooting, because they already plan on breaking the law many times over. Adding a law is going to stop them. However, a law creating security in the school, for example, scanners and bag checks, as my school has, except my school's bag check is like, open it, look inside for about 1 second, close it, there you go. And then the scanner's like, oh, it beeped? Are you worrying about? Or an ID? Yes? Because you're supposed to? Yes? Okay, just keep going. It doesn't matter. Plus, my school has all the back doors open I'm pretty sure 24/7, at least 2 hours after school, completely unmonitored. So my school's not really that good at it. But the point is, adding these securities would at least partially deter it, while adding a law making it illegal wouldn't, because it's already illegal. Adding an extra law saying it's even more illegal isn't going to do much. You know? Like, it doesn't hold up as an argument. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this one argument, but this is because this is the one I hear brought up the most. For example, this is the one that was heavily talked about, and that was talked about more often than not in the John Oliver thank you, phone. Okay, I'm gonna speak this quick. I'm sure there are more reasons. I'm sure them might be reasonable, but the point is, this reason's dumb. The point is, this is my opinion. The point is, I'll do more research for my actual video, and then I'll talk a lot more about it. Now, if you can excuse me, I'll probably talk a little bit longer, but I'm just gonna do the outro now. It'll cut me off in the middle of some sentence, and then that'll be it. But to do the outro, my name is Wendy29. I am out. Peace. Enjoy the rest of my rambling. This is my opinion. Look forward to the full video going up in about 1 or 2 weeks, probably, depending how much time I actually have to start preparing it. I'm probably just gonna go straight to sleep after this. So, to continue with my opinion, until this video cuts off, I just think it's dumb. Once again, if any of you are of the opposing side, or maybe know some other reasons why the opposing side thinks something, or even if you have an opinion that slightly differs, for example, the specific bathrooms for transgendered, please leave your opinions in the comments down below. If not for me to challenge them, then at the very worst, I probably will. If I disagree with it, once again, if you bring up a reasonable point, then I may be like, okay, that's a reasonable point. I probably will still say I still don't agree with your opinion, but that's a reasonable point. I'll respect that opinion based on that logic. I'm not saying I'll agree with it, but I'll at least respect it, And then if you, or even you might even bring me to your side, not the people on the complete opposite spectrum, but people who are more or less in the middle. For example, if you bring up a 2 or 3 real amazing points on why we should make transgender specific restrooms, which currently I don't like the idea of, but who knows, you might persuade me to that side. Just please, or even if you agree with me and you can think of more points for me to put into my video. Mainly I'm saying things that will make me research less because I'm tired. And then I need to study for academic decathlon and calculus over the summer. Plus it'll help me come out with this video faster. Oh my god! Plus I have that project due on Tuesday, and that one due on Wednesday, and then I got finals the days after those projects. Basically, I have a mess of a school life going on right now. Anything that would make this easier for me, please do. I'll probably edit this video in 3 private parts, edited together with YouTube's editor, and set it to upload and then knock out. Please leave your opinions down in the comments below. And while that's actually uploading, I'll probably just do some research. And yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I can't think of much else to say. I hope you enjoyed my opinion, and if you didn't enjoy it / disagree with it, I have a comment section. Come on. I don't want to have to do that much research. You save me time, plus you get to probably comment something you were going to comment anyway, because you most likely didn't watch the video if you even somehow found it. Like, I have 110 subscribers. I think like 10 to 20 of them are me or people I know. And then I'm pretty sure 99% of those are inactive from like back when my channel used to actually get some decent views. So yeah, probably nobody's going to see this. However, if you do, comment down below. I would love to know your opinion. Once again, I'm not gonna bash on it. I may challenge it. But I would love to know your opinion. Why you think it? I like to know other people's opinions. It's always good to know why other people think things. That way you can form your own opinions based on what they believe. That's kind of how opinions are supposed to work, I think. Anyways, I've been rambling on for long enough, and my phone has, according to this, 4 minutes left of battery space.